welcome to the 11th episode here, working in Enchanted Land in Planet Coaster, where, as you can see, I'm building a ride that I've been talking about for quite a while. I've known I've wanted one in this spot for quite a long time, and I've just been doing other rides, and I've left this space here for it, just next to the ghost train and the entrance of the park. It's a vintage cars ride, as you can see, so there we go, just building the track there around the terrain, and then of course I did change all of the kind of settings to be able to do that, to make sure that I just wanted to be able to put the track in and then change the terrain once the layout had been completed. So you'll see that I go back onto the settings to go and put it back to how I want it in a minute, so things aren't merging with each other, and the clearance is how it would be in real life, because I want to keep this part realistic. So here we go, as you can see, the station for the ride is going in now. So yeah, vintage car ride, just near the entrance of the park. This is going to be one of the first rides that you're going to see. And the idea with this ride is that you're going through a kind of park, and then you're going to get to a carnival. Basically, there's a carnival set up in this park, and that's the idea with it, really. So there's a section with lots of tents and a bandstand, and then there's a big lake around some of it as well. Pretty much most of the ride is based around a lake, and there's lots of nice landscaping around. But you can see I'm just working on the station here. It's got a bit of an overhang going on there, and then of course just putting some columns in there to hold it up. Yeah, you'll see lots of landscaping going in this video, and you'll also see another flat ride coming in later as well. So I'll talk about that in a minute. Here we go. So I wanted to do a bit of a different kind of design with this building, because a lot of these buildings that I've built in this park, I've used the kind of vintage posters as the main decorations. I didn't want to do that with this because I feel like I've been overusing them. So I was looking for other ways to kind of decorate this building. But the thing is, with the vintage pack, there's not really loads of stuff in there, and the things that are there don't really fill the space very well. So it's not the easiest thing to do. However, I do quite like how it looks by the end. It is quite simple and not loads to it, but there are some nice details on there to see. There we go, just putting the toppers on there and putting that in the right place. It was a bit wonky. And there we go, we've got some wall decorations going up just here. Putting them around the kind of pillar there. There we go, some more details going in there, a bit of an arch on the top of the building there in the middle. And then you'll see that I actually start doing, I think, some of the landscaping, and then I go back to the building because I feel like the spot in the middle of the two kind of turrets is a bit empty, so I go and add something else there in a minute. There we go, more stuff going in there, just trying to fill the space of the wall. Yeah, you can see now how the stuff doesn't really fill the space very well, so there's not really loads you can do, but I tried to make the best out of what was in the pack. There we go, looking at all of those different wall decorations there. Maybe I'll use them with other buildings coming up later in the series. I don't know yet. There we go. We've got a car going in there, putting the wheels in. Then you're about to see the queue line go in and the exit path. Oh no, we've got some lights going up first. There we go. Of course, this is an amusement park, and amusement parks do have lots of nice lighting around them, and they look amazing at night. Blackpool Pleasure Beach has some amazing lighting around it. There we go, you can see something else going in the middle there. Another spire. There we go, putting more cars on the circuit. We don't want to be running this on one car, otherwise the throughputs would be pretty shocking on there. There we go, the queue's just gone in, moving that path, that bench there to make sure it doesn't get in the way. And then there's the exit path, and you're about to see some of the landscaping going in. See, I've not used loads of different types of plants around this area. However, I've only used a few, but I do think it looks quite nice. I am happy with how it turned out. And of course, you will see the finished result at the end of the episode. There we go, just kind of spreading them out, putting them, not making sure there's loads in, but then also enough as well to fill the space nicely. It's all about filling those little spaces. There we go, moving to the other side there now. Here we go. Yeah, it's not too long now until you're going to be seeing the other ride going in, which is just to the right of this area. I do end up having to move some trees around and delete some trees to be able to fit it in, but you'll see all of that in a bit. And then I go and landscape this vintage cars ride. So yeah, here we go. When this video is actually uploaded, I'm going to be at Thorpe Park for Fright Nights, going and seeing it for the first time this year. Very excited. Opening Saturday. Well, I say opening Saturday, it's the first Saturday. It, of course, started today as of recording on Friday. Really excited to go and see the event. Stitches looks amazing. I've not seen too many spoilers. I've seen a few photos from inside, but I've not seen most of it. So I've seen little snippets, but not everything. And then, of course, yesterday as well, Thorpe Park announced the name for their brand new roller coaster. The tallest and fastest roller coaster in the UK is going to be called Hyperia. And I'll be probably filming a construction update for that tomorrow as well. A lot has happened since my last construction update. It's actually been a while since I last filmed one. The last time I filmed one was when the ground pins arrived. So yeah, it has been a while since the last update. So I'll film one tomorrow. Supports are now on site and it's going to be going vertical very soon. Here we go. You can see the next ride going in now. I've got a dive bomber going in, but yeah, space wasn't big enough there, so having to move some trees around. And then I end up having to delete some more to the side there as well to fit the queue line in. And you'll see with this ride as well, I actually do a little bit of theming around here. Now, of course, this is a vintage amusement park. So it's not about really immersive, story-driven rides. However, I did want this one to have a little bit of a story behind it. So the idea with this ride is it's got a bit of an industrial machinery kind of theme to it. So you'll see kind of an engine coming in, as you're about to see. There we go. Got that going in there. So yeah, it's a bit more of it's kind of themed to a machine, this ride, like an industrial machine. That's the story with this ride, and you'll see in a minute that a clock tower goes in as well with lots of spinning cogs on it. So yeah, not loads of theming, just little bits to kind of give it the style I want it to have, but also you would still know that it's a vintage park and not something heavily themed like at a Disney park. So yeah, I'm actually looking for an archway there that I could put the cogs on. At this point, I didn't have the idea to build a clock tower, but I couldn't find an entrance archway that fit with the ride. So I thought, you know what, I'll just build a clock tower, and you can see the trees getting moved there now, where the clock tower will be. Just changing the layout there a bit as well, making so I've got a bit more space. There we go. And you're about to see clock tower going in, so just finding out what to build it out of. I've gone with the classic bricks, as you can see. There's that going in, and then of course the topper, the roof. And there we go. I ended up looking at that because I hadn't really looked at that before in Planet Coaster, so I knew I wasn't going to use it, but I did want to look at it because I hadn't really looked at it much before. And there we go. You can see all the cogs going on there as well. Kind of going with a bit of a steampunk industrial theme with this. Obviously not too much though. We're still in an amusement park and there's still going to be lots of landscaping around, lots of trees, flowers. It's a very pretty park so far. I'm really happy with the way it looks. Of course, I'm going with a Tivoli Gardens kind of look with this one. Kind of like you walk in and it's like this big garden and there's also rides around and it's just a really pretty park to look at. There we go, we've got another kind of engine piece going in there. And then some more plants. So yeah, these dive bombers actually look really good. I've not experienced one before. However, Carter's Steam Fair did have one when they were still operating. Of course, we don't know what's going on with Carter's Steam Fair at the moment. Last year was their final year of touring, and hopefully they will be able to find an indoor area to put all their rides where they can open as a proper attraction. Fingers crossed, because they have some amazing rides there, and I'd love to try their dive bomber at some point. They're quite a rare ride to come across. Here we go, you can see the carnival section going in now, all of these different tents. Then we've got a hot air balloon there. This actually ends up coming out later because it kind of gets in the way of the bandstand that I put in. So you can see that's going in there. And then I do put a bandstand in later, but the hot air balloon got in the way of that, so I ended up getting rid of it. Even though I do really like the look of it, it does really work with the area, but it just takes up a lot of space, unfortunately, that I didn't have. Here we go, putting some light archways around this section as well, of course. There we go, and another set just there. So yeah, it's not the longest of rides, however, it does look quite nice by the end. I am happy with the finished result. Here we go, so you can see the rest of the ride is all based around this lake. And I'm now going and putting some rocks in. You'll see lots of other plants going in as well. Here we go, we're going with the same or similar style of plants. I did want to do something different, but then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for the same as in the queue line. So there we go, you've got all of them going around. Of course, we've got the rocks in this time though, which there aren't any rocks in the queue line. There we go, just about filling all the space. Of course, not getting too close to the track. And in the next episode, if I remember, I'll show you a POV of this as well. I actually forgot to do it while I was recording this one. However, maybe if I remember in the next episode, I'll show you one. There we go, lots more landscaping going in there. Filling in all the space, and then there's lots of trees that will be going around on the other side. I can't remember if I did that. I think I did do that on camera. Just putting some trees around this section, and then in a minute you'll see all the trees going around the other side. Here we go, so this is the point where I wanted to put the bandstand in, but it's like there's just not enough space for this hot air balloon as well. So I ended up removing it. Maybe I'll put it back in at the side or something, I don't know, or maybe I'll put it somewhere else in the park because I do really like the look of it. There we go, lots of trees going in here. Of course, we don't want to be going around this bright, colourful carnival and then seeing a massive haunted house just to the right there. Yeah, if you want to see me building the ghost train, then go and check out the last couple episodes. There's a POV of it in the last episode. I'm really happy with how the ghost train turned out. It's definitely my favourite attraction that I've built in this park so far. And here we go, same style of trees, of course. Going with these orange and green trees here, and then of course the taller ones will go in later as well. I'm really happy with how this park looks so far. Lots of landscaping around, which is what I wanted. There we go, just filling in all the space. there we go. We're now coming quite close to the end of this video, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.